5,000 years before, Lord Sri Krishna spoke this divine words to Arjuna. And so Gita Jayanti is in this month. And this month you're starting your journey of understanding Gita. Okay, let's start analyzing Bhagavad Gita. It's an overview course. This is level 1. It's a free course. And then you can go to level 2, which is a deeper study of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so let's start. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatya Dishadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
May I introduce the reciters, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. It's my privilege to introduce today's reciter, Radha Mannaji. Is Radha ji here? You may just raise your hand. Radha Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Radha Mannaji lives in Holland, the Netherlands. Her education is events and communication. As an occupation, she is a homemaker. She is associated with ISKCON for the last 5 years, serves as shloka reciter and translator in English 7 p.m. batch. Hobbies are organizing kirtans and visiting temples. She's a mother of 4 and wishes to become a pure devotee with whole family serve at the lotus feet of the Lord. Thank you, Radha Mataji. Shalini Seksaria Mataji was a translator today. She lives at Kishangarh in Rajasthan, India. She is a BTech in electronics. Her occupation, she runs a coaching center of her own. She's associated with ISKCON Mangalore since batch 13. Serves as shloka reciter, translator, and co-host in English and Hindi batches. She loves to hear and speak about Krishna. She wants to create burdenless atmosphere for students, especially for those who are weak. Believes that every child has a different potential. Thank you, Shalini Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Shalini Mataji and Radha Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, so Prabhu, you able to see my whole screen?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay, so Hare Krishna everyone. So let's begin our journey together with the blessings of Shri Radha Govinda of ISKCON Mangalore. Really grateful to Namanishta Das Prabhu, our temple president, for organizing such a wonderful course in 18 days. When you can sit at home and understand Bhagavad Gita. It's amazing. And you're all so fortunate. Please stay with us for 18 days and try to understand Bhagavad Gita. An overview, okay? So it's not easy to understand Bhagavad Gita in 18 days, but just an overview with all glories to Srila Prabhupada, who is our founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. He is the founder Acharya, and we are following Bhagavad Gita as it is based on his teachings, okay? Bhagavad Gita as it is, Yadharop. It's available in almost all different languages. So we follow this, and I'll say why we follow this, okay? Before that, before studying Bhagavad Gita, so you would have attended yesterday's introduction session, the day 0 program we had. We had Arati for Gita. So it was Adi Shankaracharya who sang the Gita Mahatmya. Okay, so let's go through the Gita Mahatmya to understand why Bhagavad Gita is so important in life. Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yapade Prayata Puman Vishno Padavamapnoti Bhaya Shokadi Varjita. One who, with a regulated mind, recites with devotion the Bhagavad Gita scripture, which is the best of all virtue, will attain to the holy abode such as Vaikuntha, the residence of Lord Vishnu, is always free from mundane qualities based on fear and lamentation. So if you could recite Bhagavad Gita with devotion, then you can go to Vaikuntha. Isn't that a great thing? That's moksha. Gita Dhyayana Shilasya Pranayama Parasya Cha Naiva Shantihi Papani Purvachanna Kritani Cha. Murli Prabhu, can you read the translation? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reactions of his past misdeeds will not act upon him.
Yes. So we suffer because of our bad karmas of past life. And then if you sincerely, with seriousness, read Bhagavad Gita, the past karma won't act on you. Maline mojanam pumsam jalasnanam dine dine sakrit geetamrita snanam samsara malalashanam. Yes, Harshali Mataji.
One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water, but if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished.
Yes, so we take bath every day with shampoo, soap and all that, but that material dirt is getting vanquished. What about our so many janmas, so many dirt accumulated? Since Bhagavad Gita came from the lotus mouth of Lord Shri Krishna, it's also considered equal to Ganges. Gita Sukita Kartavyam Kim Anye Shastra Vistare Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinesrita. Aruni Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in the mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literatures. This is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literatures, and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah, we don't have time to read any other scriptures. We don't know Sanskrit. We have just less time for us. No, we are having a very busy life. So in this life, reading all the Shastras, it's not easy. But then Shankaracharya says this one book, Bhagavad Gita, is enough because it's the essence of the Vedic literature. It's the Bhagavad Gita is Gita Upanishad. Okay, there are 108 Upanishads, and the summary, the essence is Bhagavad Gita. Bharatamrita sarvasvam Vishnu Vaktradvinesritam Gita Kangotakam Pitva Punarjanmana Vidyate. Yes, Sabita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
By drinking the Ganges water of the Gita, the divine quintessence of the Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, the cycle of birth and death is terminated.
Yes. So, because we are drinking the Ganges water of Gita that emanated from the lotus mouth of the Supreme Lord, there is no more rebirth. Okay, that is moksha. Sarvopanishado gavo gotha gopalanandana partho vatsa sudhir bhokta duktham gitamritam mahat. Srisha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
All the Upanishads are like a cow, and the milker of the cow is Lord Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda. Arjuna is the calf, the beautiful nectar of the Gita is the milk, and the fortunate devotees of the fine theistic intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk.
Yeah, so 108 Upanishads. So if you put all the Upanishads like a cow, it's been milked. That means the essence of the cow, it's the milk. So it's been milked by whom? The Supreme Lord. And who's drinking it like a calf? Arjuna. And through Arjuna, we can enjoy the nectar of Bhagavad Gita. Ekam Shastram Devagi Putra Geetam Ego Devo Devagi Putra Eva Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani Karma Egam Tasya Devasya Seva. Radha Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. There need be only one holy scripture, the divine Gita sung by Lord Sri Krishna. Only one worshipful Lord Sri Krishna. Only one mantra, his holy names, and only one duty, devotional service unto that supreme worshipable Lord Sri Krishna.
Right. So this is the last and the most important verse in Gita Mahatmya, which says there's only one scripture that is needed in Kali Yuga, especially. We are all in Kali Yuga. The one scripture that is Devaki Putra Gita, the Gita which is sung by Devaki Putra or Krishna, right? And that's why Bhagavad Gita is so important in our life. So before, it's a practical life manual. Bhagavad Gita is a life manual, and I guarantee you that your life is going to change once you understand the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and start applying it in your life. So first is to understand, and then you realize it, and then you apply it in life. Okay, so let's meet Srila Prabhupada, who's the founder Acharya of ISKCON, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, and because of him we are here. Okay, so Prabhupada was born as Abhay Charan in a Vaishnava family, and his parents were Rajani and Gaur Mohan De. He was born and brought up in a very Vaishnava family way. In very young age, he became a pure devotee of the Lord, and he started even celebrating Radha Yatra with all his friends. And in 1922, he met his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and he asked him to take the message of Bhagavad Gita abroad. And that's how Prabhupada, at the age of 70, so he got initiated before that, and then he became A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and Bhaktivedanta Swami. From there, he took the mission of his spiritual master, that is to spread Bhagavad Gita. And also his spiritual master said, if ever you get money, print books. That's how ISKCON have the international, that Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, BBT, all over the world. It's been selling and distributing Bhagavad Gita and literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam across the world. So in 1965, in a Jaladuta ship, a cargo ship, Srila Prabhupada was 70 years old, and he didn't know anyone in America, but he went because his guru told him. That was his guru's mission. And this one man, one person could distribute Bhagavad Gita all over the world, and he established 108 temples all over the world. So he arrived in US, and he didn't have anything with him but unflinching faith in Krishna and his guru. And that's how the history is, how the ISKCON came up, because he was a pure devotee of the Lord, and his intention was to make Krishna famous, to make Bhagavad Gita famous. And he gave us this literature in a very simple way. I have read so many translations of Bhagavad Gita, but this Bhagavad Gita, as it is so special because Prabhupada has given word-to-word translation and beautiful purpose, which makes it very easy to understand the concept of Bhagavad Gita, which is otherwise very difficult. So unless you have a guru, I couldn't have gone to a medical college and just get my medical books and start reading and suddenly I became a doctor. No, I can't practice. I won't get a degree like that. I had to go through the entrance. I had to go through the training of 5.5 years, including the house surgery. Then I got the degree and then I could practice. So it's not easy, right? Just to get a material degree. What about spiritual knowledge? Spiritual knowledge, you should definitely have a guru. So that's why it's very important to follow an acharya. Okay, so we'll take the blessings of Sri Sri Radha Govinda. This is the Sri Sri Radha Govinda of ISKCON Mangalore. So you can all visit ISKCON Mangalore, Sri Sri Radha Govinda Temple, Coconut Garden Road, Toll Gate, Kadri. Okay, Mangalore. So this is our temple president. Yesterday you would have seen him in the introduction class. He was there, Namanishtadas Prabhu, BTech IIT Kanpur. He is a BTech IIT graduate, and he have dedicated his life to preach this mission of Srila Prabhupada. And because of him, we are all here. And he's been conducting this course since 1 year for free. And that's how the parampara comes. So Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. He has so many disciples. One of the disciples is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, our Guru Maharaj, and then his disciple is Namanishtadas Prabhu. That's how the parampara comes. It should come in a parampara. You can't just grab Bhagavad Gita knowledge from Krishna directly. They're not qualified. We should go through a parampara. So what does Bhagavad Gita mean? Anyone knows? Can we have an interactive session? If you know the answer, please raise your digital hand, or you can also put it in the chat. Yes, Swapna Mataji, Hare Krishna. From Kadri, Narasimha Kshetra. Hare Bol.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Bhagavad Gita means song by Bhagavan.
Hare Bol. Very nice. Oh, you're in the Narasimha Kshetra. Hare Bol. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so yes, song of the Lord. Gita is song and Bhagavat is Bhagavan. Okay, Bhagavat plus Gita. Bhagavat is Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. Gita is a song of the Lord. So Bhagavad Gita is actually a song, but we don't sing like that. But the Lord has, yes, Pallavi Mataji Rakshati, you're right. Lord's song. Okay, that is Bhagavad Gita. It's a song. It's a love letter actually. Krishna has written a love letter. Your father has written a love letter. And if you don't open it and read, you won't understand the meaning. So we should open the love letter sent by our Supreme Father. So when you're saying, God, please talk to me, this is how he talks to you in form of Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita is not different from Krishna. It's the same because it came from his lotus mouth. Anything connected to Krishna is Krishna. So we can't say Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is not Krishna. It is Krishna. It is spoken by Krishna. It's equal as him. So we have everything in life. We need to be happy, but we aren't happy, right? Something is missing. Something. Why? Who all wants to be just happy in life? Please raise your hand, digital hand. Who all wants to be happy? Sarvajit, Pooja Mataji, Shrija, Meena Mataji, Abhimanyu, all of you wants to be happy? Definitely, right? We all wants to be happy, but still we're not happy. We have nice house, we are so beautiful, we have nice degrees, we are have good profession, we have a car, we have a nice family. Still we are not happy. Why? We are missing the point. Who is missing in our life? The Lord. If we miss the Lord, then we miss everything. Right? So Bhagavad Gita is our life manual. Why do I say it's a life manual? Is because it has to be applied in life. Like in case you have a new washing machine or fridge at home, so you don't know how to operate it because it's a new one. A dishwasher, you don't know which button to press for what. So you'll get a manual, no? With that, okay, you press the red button to off, green button to on, and all that. So unless you use the manual, you're going to destroy the machine. A boy who has an electronic car, if he doesn't use the manual, at least in the initial days, later on, he knows which to press for what. But if you don't use the manual, then it gets spoiled. Same way, this human form of life is given to us by the Lord to use it in a proper way, by using a manual. It has to be used in a proper way. I can't call some cats and dogs and teach Bhagavad Gita. They won't understand. But human beings, us, we are being gifted by God to have a nice intelligence and consciousness to understand who we are and who God is, and to apply it in life. So what is the spirit in which the Gita should be approached? That it's not I should become a scholar. No, I want to know about the Lord. And what is the purpose of Gita? We're going to discuss all this. Okay, how can we apply it in life? What are the 5 subject matters which Bhagavad Gita speaks? And what is the process of really understanding Bhagavad Gita? And what is the result of understanding Bhagavad Gita? And how to practically apply Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day life. So first chapter is just an introduction. From second chapter, Krishna speaks about the real knowledge. So we know Bhagavad Gita is a part of the epic Mahabharata. So there was a war going on between Pandavas and Kauravas. We all know that, right? I'm not going deep into Mahabharata war. So we know the gambling match happened. They went for Vanavas, and then there was a war declared, right? Because Kauravas were taking the Hastinapur kingdom, which was supposed to be for the Pandavas. And Arjuna, Krishna actually went for a compromise, but then he thought, let the war happen. Okay. And then Arjuna, how the war was about to start, and Krishna started speaking Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is actually a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Arjuna asks some question, Krishna replies. Arjuna asks some question, again Krishna replies. Okay, so here Krishna in the first chapter, except for a line in the first chapter, 25th sloka, he doesn't speak anything else. That's a quality of a good guru. A guru should listen more, okay, and then speak. All of us, right? So Arjuna was called, Krishna was called Partha Sarathi. Partha is Arjuna, and Sarathi is the driver, chariot driver. Krishna became the chariot driver for Arjuna. And why do we take Bhagavad Gita as it is? Why not any other Bhagavad Gita? Because this message of Bhagavad Gita is coming through an unbroken chain of disciplic succession. Imagine I have a charger and I have a phone. If I don't charge it and plug it in the socket and on the button, it's not going to get charged. No, if there is a break here or here or here, the charge won't come. Same way, if there is a break in the parampara, then you won't get the knowledge in the right way. So that's why we take it Bhagavad Gita as it is, because it is the same Bhagavad Gita spoken by Lord Krishna 5,000 years ago. Okay, we are preaching this philosophy on the basis of Bhagavad Gita as it is, without any interpretation. We are not adding anything. We are not deleting anything. This is a cultural and educational movement to understand what we are, what is God, and what is our relationship with Him, and how to act upon it. Okay, so Gita is a vast book, 700 slokas, 18 chapters. It's not easy to finish in 18 days, but we'll try our maximum best to give you an overview. So this is an overview. Systematic study will take 1 year. So this 18 days is to make you understand what Bhagavad Gita is about. So the objective is to prepare you for a deeper study. Okay, as I told you, after 18 days course, you'll have level 2, level 3, level 4, and all free courses. So to prepare you for that, we make you understand Bhagavad Gita as an overview. So imagine you have a nice mango tree. Nice sweet mangoes in that. Okay, very sweet. If you throw a stone at the mango, what will happen? The mango will fall down, it will break. And it's very ripe. It will just be bits and pieces. You can't get it as a whole. But if you have a friend on top and another friend on down and another friend, and you are carrying with a basket, that friend plucks it, give it to the second one gives to the third one, and finally it's in the basket. It will be fresh, right? So without there is no peel, there is no seed inside. Imagine, you can just swallow the mango pulp. No, so that's how Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is. Nikamat kalpatarur galidam phalam shuka mukadamritadrava samyudam vipada bhagavatam rasamalayam muhur aho rasikapu vibhavuka. Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita are like ripe fruits, okay, of Vedic literature, which doesn't have a peel, doesn't have a seed inside. You can just swallow it. Pipada bhagavata rasamalayam. You can just swallow it. So it should come in a parampara, means you can't directly take Bhagavad Gita from Krishna and understand. not easy. You can't go to an engineering college, just take a book from the library, try to study and become an engineer. No, you have to get it from the knowledge from your teachers. Same way, we have a guru parampara through which we learn it. The acharyas, no, we should follow them. Bhagavad Gita is like a sun. Why do I say it's like a sun? Because Bhagavad Gita's knowledge cannot be hidden. When Prabhupada, what's the proof this Bhagavad Gita as it is like a sun? Because when Prabhupada went to America and started printing this Bhagavad Gita, it made devotees all over the world. You go to any ISKCON temple all over the world, there is one graduate from IIT. There are so many doctors. IIT is not easy to crack. It's the highest of the most intelligent people could crack it. So why are they in ISKCON? So ISKCON is really a precious movement. It's a movement actually, which is based on science. It's a science of philosophy. You don't have to blindly believe us, but we give you proof and evidences. So some kind of interpretations are like torchlight in front of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So imagine you have some noodles or something spilled in your house. You try to mop it, clean it, right? So in the mop also there will be some dirt. But if you keep a dirty glass of water in the sun, after a few days, the water get purified. Right? Why? And that's because the sun is absorbing it. And does the sun get impure? No. Same way, Bhagavad Gita will take away all the impurities in you. You have kama, krodha, lobh, moha, mada, malsarya. Like so many impurities in us, greed, anger, lust, jealousy, everything will be removed by Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 1 is observing the armies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now Arjuna is going to see who all have come to fight, and he's observing the armies on the battlefield. Okay, before going to the chapter 1, let's see the division of verses. There have been 700 verses, so 574 verses is being told by Krishna, and Arjuna 84 verses, Sanjaya 41, and Dhritarashtra 1 verse. Something happened. Sorry. Okay. Mataji, are you able to see my screen, Prabhu? Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Division of 700 verses.
And now it's changed?
Garuda.
Yeah. So let's start Bhagavad Gita with a small story of Garuda and the sparrow. Very interesting story. So we should have faith in studying Bhagavad Gita first. Okay, we can't just blindly believe anything. We should have proper faith. If you don't have faith, then Bhagavad Gita will look like very mystical thing. I mean, it look fake to you. But if you have faith, then you can absorb Bhagavad Gita like anything. So Garuda and the sparrow. So there was a small sparrow who laid her eggs on the shore of the beach. So, the beach will come and take away everything on the shore and go. So the sparrow's eggs were also lost. But Sparrow had so much faith in the Lord that Sparrow's like, my Lord is going to help me and I'll definitely get back the eggs. And what did he do? She start emptying the ocean with her small beaks. And everyone, all the other sparrows started laughing at her. What are you doing? You won't be able to empty the whole ocean. It's not possible. No, I have to empty the ocean to get back my eggs, and my Lord is going to help me. So seeing the determination of the sparrow and the faith in the sparrow, Garuda, the Lord's vehicle, the largest of the bird, the eagle, he came and he started emptying the ocean, and he scolded the ocean too, and he warned the ocean to give back the eggs, and the sparrow got the eggs back. But that's what his determination is. So whatever happens, you are going to stay for 18 days and you're trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. That determination should be there in you. Then we see, in 1 day, 2 days, you won't be able to understand Bhagavad Gita. Please stay till 18 days. So we should have faith in Bhagavad Gita. We have faith in history. We have faith in First World War, Second World War. So many things happened, geography, and so many things we learned. Why don't we believe the Shastra? Right? So when it comes to Shastra and God, we tend to doubt Shastra, but then it should not happen. So this is Arjuna Vishada Yoga, observing the armies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So the first verse of Bhagavad Gita goes like this. Yes, Barka, chant.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhritarashtra vacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavascheva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Okay, so what is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita speaks? Dhritarashtra Uvaja. That means Dhritarashtra said. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetra. This is the only verse which Dhritarashtra spoke. So Bhagavad Gita starts by Dhritarashtra speaking. So we know Dhritarashtra was blind. He is the father of the Kauravas, and he's sitting in the kingdom, and he's asking Sanjaya, his minister, that Sanjaya could see what was happening in the battlefield because he is the disciple of Vyasadeva. He was blessed to have a divine vision. So Sanjaya was sitting, and then Dhritarashtra was blind. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, what is happening in the battlefield? So it's Kurukshetra because the battle is happening there. And it's also called Dharma Kshetra because Dharma will win there. Okay. And in the middle of that Dharma Kshetra and Kurukshetra, what is happening? What is my sons? Mamaka, Pandavascheva. He's separating his sons with the Pandu sons. And he's saying, what did they do, Sanjaya? But this question is, why should he ask this question? No, in the battlefield, they fight. But then Dhritarashtra doubted whether the fight will happen. Why, I will say. So Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra deciding to fight, what did they do? So this is Dhritarashtra. You can see he's blind. He's not materially blind. He's spiritually also blind. And Sanjaya could have a divine vision. He could hear the whole Bhagavad Gita sitting inside the palace. And he is explaining everything to Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra is so eager to know what is happening. Are they actually fighting? Because he don't want a compromise between his sons and the Pandu sons. He wanted the war to happen. And also he's greedy to get the kingdom. Okay. And he thought because it's Dharma Kshetra, the place, because that place is so positive, it might have an effect on the outcome of the battle. So Dhritarashtra was very worried about the battle, the outcome of the battle. He wanted Duryodhana to win. Okay, so Dharma Kshetra was like this, like milk and water together boiling. You can't make out where is milk, where is water. Like that, the Pandavas and Kauravas were together. But the moment you put some lime juice in the milk, what happens? The fresh cream comes out and the water gets separated. Same way, Dhritarashtra was separating his sons from the Pandavas. Actually, they are cousins. They all should. Pandu died. His own brother died in young age. So the Pandavas should be taken care by Dhritarashtra. But he didn't. He was so jealous about them. He separated. He's like, my sons only belong to the Kuru dynasty. And the Pandavas, what did they do? So once we separate the cream, we're going to make some nice sweet out of it. So there's no point in asking this question. But still, he was worried about the outcome. Sanjay Uvaja, what does Sanjay reply? Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Vyudam Duryodhanastata Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Bhajanam Abravit. Sanjay said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words. Who is the teacher of Duryodhana? You can put in the chat or you can raise your hand. Who's the teacher of Duryodhana? Yes, Pallavi Mataji.
Dronacharya.
Very good. So he is not only the teacher of Duryodhana, he was the teacher of Pandavas. Yes, all of you put in the chat. Very good. Dronacharya. He's and who was Dronacharya's favorite student? iPhone.
Arjuna.
Very good. Arjuna, right? Very good. When you join, please rename yourself, because if I call iPhone, I don't know who you are. Okay. So yes, Dronacharya. So when we are in trouble, we actually should go to the guru or teacher. So same way, when Duryodhana saw the big army of Pandavas, he came immediately and went to Dronacharya. And Duryodhana was fearful, you can see here, because he is in the adharma side. He knows the kingdom doesn't belong to him. So he went directly to Dronacharya and he was full of fear. Look at his eyes, full of fear, seeing the Pandavas. Kauravas were 100 plus. But the Pandavas were only 5. But still, why Duryodhana was fearful? Because Dharma was on their side. Because Krishna was on their side. Right? Pashyetam Panduputranam Acharyam Mahatim Chapum Vyudam Trubhada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. O my dear teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. So not to make you confused, I'm not going in details of all this, but just understand Drupada is the father of Draupadi. And Drupada also had a son called Drishtadhyumna. Okay, so Draupadi is married to Arjuna. So you know, Drishtadhyumna and Arjuna becomes brother-in-law. So Drishtadhyumna is the son of Drupada who arranged the battlefield battle armies for Arjuna. So Drishtadhyumna was also trained by Dronacharya. So that's why Duryodhana went there to play a diplomacy and say, Dronacharya, you trained them. Now they have become our enemy. See what did you do? So Dronacharya, he is provoking Dronacharya. And then what happened? They started blowing their conches. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjayaha Poundram Dadamo Mahashankam Bhima Karma Vrikotaraha. Lord Krishna blew the Panchajanya. So you will be having a quiz. We'll give a demo of the quiz at 8 o'clock. You have to register for the quiz. And then every day you have to do the quiz to get a certificate. Okay. So some questions will be like this. Like what is the conch shell of Krishna? Panchajanya. And Arjuna's Devadatta. And Bhima blew the Poundra. So many conch shell names are given. Sakhosho Dhritarashtra Hridayani Vyadarayat Nabascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulo Abhyanu Nadayan. The blowing of the different conch shells became uproarious and vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. When Krishna was blowing Panchajanya and Arjuna was blowing Devadatta, you know the blowing of the conch shell, so auspicious now to hear. Just by hearing that, Duryodhana and all the Kauravas, they started shivering and the heartbeat started increasing. Why? Because Dharma was on Pandava's side. And just by hearing that, they were shaken. And what did Arjuna say? Senayor Arjuna Vaja, Senayor Upayor Bhakti, Radam Stapaya Mechuda, Yavad Etan Miriksheham, Yodo Kaman Avastitan, Kairmaya Sahayotavyam, Asmin Rana Samudyame, Senayor Upayor Madhye, Radam Stapaya Mechuda. Now Krishna has become the chariot driver, right? So Arjuna is ordering Krishna, take my chariot and park it in between the two armies. Okay, when you go, so many have gone for a movie. When you go to a movie, you like to sit in the middle, no? Not on the side. Why? You go front and then you want to sit in the middle and watch the movie. Not on the sides. Why? Why do you want to sit in the middle? Why Arjuna wants to go in the middle of the two battlefield, the Pandavas and Kauravas? Very good. Sri Jamadhan says to get a clear view. Pallavi says to get a good view. Yes, to get a good picture. Very good. That's how, right? That's why we sit in the middle, to get a clear view. Same way, Arjuna wanted to go in the middle of the two armies. And he's calling Krishna as Achyuta. Krishna has so many names. One of the names is Achyuta, means one who does not fall, infallible one. Arjuna said, "O infallible one Achyuta, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms." So you can see here, Pandavas are here, Kauravas are here, and Arjuna is in the middle so that he can see both the parties, both the sides have a clear view. Not only that, he also wants to mentally prepare to fight, because he wants to see who all have come to fight with him. And Krishna is called Achyuta, infallible, because he is a supreme lord, but still he became a chariot driver for his devotee. He is Bhakta Valsala, right? He loves his devotees. And just because he became a chariot driver, it doesn't mean Krishna falls from his place. Krishna doesn't fall from the place. He's Achyuta. Okay, that's the word Achyuta. So Krishna drove the chariot in the middle of both the armies, and Arjuna was in difficulty to having the fight, the battle of Kurukshetra. Let's see why. He surrendered to Krishna, and consequently, Bhagavad Gita was spoken in 45 minutes. Yes, you're right, it's 45 minutes. So let's see how this timings is calculated. Yotyamanam avekshya aham ya ete atra samagataha Dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priya chikirshavah. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Now Arjuna is telling Krishna, let me see who all have come to fight with me. Okay, and that's why I want to be in the middle. So that's how actually Duryodhana and Arjuna approached Krishna. Okay, and Krishna told, I will be on one side, my Sena, Narayan Sena will be on another side, my army. You can select whom you want. Duryodhana selected the army because Krishna told, I will come, but I will not fight. I will not take a weapon. And Duryodhana thought, what use if Krishna comes and doesn't fight? I want his army. He's less intelligent. But Arjuna is more intelligent. He told Krishna, you just come. You don't have to fight. You just come. And that's how Arjuna won the battle, we know, right? Tatrapasyasti tan partha pitrin atapita mahan acharyan matulan bratran putran pautran sakim sata sasuran suhridaschaiva senayor upayorapi. What did Arjuna see there? There Arjuna could see within the middle of the army both the parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and all his father-in-laws and well-wishers. Arjuna saw all of them. I have to fight with my cousins, my teachers. How will I fight, Krishna? Now Arjuna start shaking. Arjuna is completely shaken. Vepatuscha sharire me roma hasascha jayade gandivam shramsate hastat tachaiva paridhayade. What happened to Arjuna? His whole body started trembling. His hair is standing on end. His gandiva slipped from his hand and his skin was burning. So this happens. Like I've seen a surgeon. He was a great surgeon. So we all used to assist him and he was doing so many surgeries. But one day his own relative came as a patient and the surgeon's hand started shaking. Why? Because of compassion, because of that relationship. He could not operate because he might land up to some other problems. So everyone is like, we just step back. Because when Arjuna saw, if Arjuna saw in someone else, he could have fought. But he saw his own cousins, his own teachers, and everyone, relatives. How can Arjuna fight? It's not because Arjuna is not a big Kshatriya. He is a Kshatriya. But why this happened? Because it's Krishna's plan. If it's Krishna's plan, if Arjuna doesn't sit like this, how can Krishna advise Bhagavad Gita? There's no Bhagavad Gita at all. Arjuna will come, he'll fight, he'll kill everyone, he'll win. That's it. End of Mahabharata war. There's no Bhagavad Gita at all. So this is Krishna's special plan. So if something bad happens in life, just don't be panic because Krishna has a plan for you. Lord has a plan for you, but you need to trust and you need to be patient, right? So Arjuna, after seeing all the people on the opposite side, he was like shattered. So there were different reactions in the same scene. Who is this? Who's in the first picture? Please raise your hand. I'll keep unmuting. Yes, Meena Mataji.
Dhritarashtra Mataji.
Very good, Dhritarashtra. And what is Dhritarashtra feeling? Fearful, no? Whether will my sons win or will Pandus win? What is going to happen? Okay. So who is in the second picture? Sarvajit.
Arjun.
Yeah, Arjun, right? So what is Arjun doing? Lamenting. He don't know how to fight, what to do. I'm seeing my cousins, I'm seeing my teachers. Dronacharya taught him how to hold the bow and arrow. Now with the same bow and arrow, he should shoot Dronacharya. Is that easy? No. And who is the third picture? Who is the third one?
Duryodhana.
Very good, Duryodhana. And he is also fearful, no? After seeing the Pandavas, he is also fearful. Okay. So 5 reasons for Arjuna lamenting. Okay. Arjuna started lamenting. Arjuna is sitting like this. I can't fight Krishna. Why? Why is Arjuna lamenting? Please memorize this. I'm going to ask tomorrow. And this is a quiz questions too. What are the reasons why Arjuna lamented? Compassion. He can't fight because he's seeing his cousins. we grow up with our cousins. We fight, we then again patch up, again we fight, then we do all kind of mischievous thing. We are so friendly with our cousins, right? So when something happens, that when we see our cousins as enemies, that compassion comes, so that mercy came in Arjuna's heart. No enjoyment. Krishna, after killing them, how can I enjoy? I'll get the Hastinapur kingdom, but how will I enjoy? No enjoyment. Sin, killing my own teacher, Dronacharya, it's a biggest sin, because he taught me the art of archery, and I'm going to kill my own teachers. Isn't it sinful, Krishna? My family traditions are going to lose, because if I kill all these people, they have wife, they have children at home, they all are going to die. I mean, they all are going to suffer, because when their dependent father or their husband dies, the whole family becomes orphans, and the family tradition is lost. Indecision. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, but he's not able to decide whether to fight or not. These are the 5 reasons why Arjuna lamented. Okay, compassion, no enjoyment, sin, family traditions, and indecision. These are the different verses which gives references. We'll see one by one. Compassion. Arjuna uvaja drishtve mam swajanam Krishna yuyutsam samupastitam siddhanti mam magatrani mukam cha parishusyati. Okay, Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering. My mouth is drying up." Oops. Sorry, my screen sharing was stuck. Okay, so this is compassion. Now, Arjuna, like when you see a beggar who have not eaten for so many days, you feel mercy and you give some money to them. No, you feel compassion. So same way, Arjuna, after seeing his relatives, he was having compassion. No enjoyment. Nacha shreyo nanu pashyami hatva swajanam ahave nakangshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhanicha. Krishna, I do not see how any good can come from killing my own cousins and kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent kingdom or victory or happiness. Krishna, after killing my cousins, how can I enjoy? Like you have some victory, like you got a gold medal or you got something good enjoyment. Whom do you enjoy with? Your cousins, your relatives, right? But Arjuna is asking, if I win the kingdom, whom will I enjoy with, Krishna? There's no enjoyment for me. So how can I fight? I can't fight. Sin. Papam evashrayedasman hatvetan atataina tasman narha vayam hantum Dhartarashran sabhandavan swajanam hi katam hatvam sukina shyama madhava. Madhava. Krishna is called the husband of goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, right? His wife is Lakshmi. Lakshmi Narayan. So he's called Madhava, the husband of goddess of fortune. Now, Krishna, you are the husband of goddess of fortune. You should bring good fortune to me. Now you're bringing bad fortune. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune? How can we be happy by killing my own kinsmen? What are you saying, Krishna? How can I be happy just by killing my own cousins? So there will be sin. Guru Hatya, I'm going to kill my own guru. It's the biggest sin, Krishna. I'm not going to fight. These are all different reasons which Arjuna gives. Family traditions will be lost. Adharma bhibavat Krishna pradushyanti kula striyaha srishu dushtasu vashneya jayate varna shankaraha. When irreligion is prominent in the family of Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, descendant of Vrishni comes unwanted progeny. So what happens? In the battle, there was no old people, there was no women or children in the battlefield. There was only men. And if they are killed, all the family becomes without a householder. There's no one to take care of them, and there will be mixing of the population, and there will be unwanted progenies born. So that's called Varna Shankara. So family traditions is lost. There is no superior people in the family to do any purification ceremony. And indecision, this comes in the second chapter. Nachaitat vidmakadharano gariyo yadva jayema yadivanu jayo yan eva hatva na jiji vishamas te avastidha pramuke Dhritarashtra. Nor do we know which is better. Should I fight Krishna, conquering them, or being conquered by them? If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. Now, as a Kshatriya, the dharma of Kshatriya is to fight. But Arjuna is like, I know it's my dharma, but I'm not able to fight. Indecision, I don't know whether to fight or not. So, hearing all this, Sanjaya is saying to Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya uvaja evam ukvarjuna sankhe ratah upasta upavisat visrijya sasharam chapam shoga samvigna manasa. Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow, Gandiva, and arrows, and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. Now you might feel, Arjuna, the greatest Kshatriya, is feeling so bad. Why? This is Krishna's plan. This is Krishna's arrangement. Otherwise, Krishna won't have a chance to speak Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna created a situation in such a way, like Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Shukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj for 7 days, because Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by Shringi, the son of Shamiga Muni, to die in 7 days by the bite of a snake, Takshan, right? So that scene was created by the Lord so that Srimad Bhagavatam could be spoken. Same way. And who's Parikshit? Arjuna's grandson. So the grandfather of Parikshit, that is Arjuna, was chosen so that Bhagavad Gita could be spoken. If Arjuna didn't lament, if Arjuna didn't have these 5 reasons, compassion, no enjoyment, sin, family traditions, indecision, then there is no Bhagavad Gita to be spoken. So Krishna made the situation in such a way so that he could speak Bhagavad Gita, and it's for us. It's for people like us. Arjuna is the eternal associate of the Lord. Arjuna knows everything. We don't have to understand all this, but it's for us. Krishna is using Arjuna as a medium, as a representative, and he's speaking Bhagavad Gita for us. So don't think Bhagavad Gita is for Arjuna, it's for us, okay, to apply in life. So we know at the end, so that's how the first chapter ends. And also there is few verses which says, what are the 9 reasons why Arjuna won? So we know the Pandavas won at the end, but in the first chapter itself, it's mentioned why Arjuna won. Okay, Dharma Kshetra. Since Arjuna and the Pandavas were on the side of Dharma, and that Kurukshetra was famous as Dharma Kshetra, because whoever is on the side of Dharma is going to win. So it's called Dharma Kshetra. If you have an India-Australia match or something in India, if the match is going to happen in our place, the crowd is going to cheer. And obviously, so much cheer will be there. And most of the time, 90% the home match, we win, right? And same way, if the match is going to happen in their country, they have a more chance to win. So it's just a matter of luck or chance. But then, yes, here, Pandavas were on the side of Dharma, so they won. Divine chariot. You can see the chariot on which Arjuna is sitting. That was given by Agnidev, fire god. And thousands of arrows came on the chariot. Nothing happened to the chariot because it was gifted by Agnidev. Kapitvaja. Can you see the flag on the top? What is the symbol there in the flag? What symbol is there in the flag? Same people are raising their hands. Others are sleeping. It's okay if you're wrong. Yes, Aman Prabhu.
Hanumanji.
Yeah, Hanumanji. And we know that Lord Hanuman actually helped Lord Ram to build the Setu Bandhan, to bring back Mother Sita when Ravan kidnapped her, right? So we know that. That happened in Treta Yuga. And now in Dwapar Yuga, the same Lord has come as Krishna. So Hanuman, he's not there, but that symbol represents that he is, even though invisibly, he's still present there to support the Lord. So yes, the sign of Kapitvaja, the flag of Hanuman, also helped them. It was a victory symbol. Shankanatha. What were the conchal names of Krishna and Arjuna? Who knows? What were the conchals called as of Krishna and Arjuna? Who's this A?
Panjajanya.
And?
Panjajanya and Devadatta.
Very good. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjayaha. Yes. So Panchajanya and Rishika and Devadatta, those Shankanatha conchals were so auspicious that even they helped, was a sign for victory. These are all the signs of victory. Gandiva, the bow. Okay, Varun, they have given that bow to Arjuna. So even that was a victory symbol. Tyakta Jivita. That means there are so many people on the side of Arjuna and also Duryodhana to give their life. Even on the side of Duryodhana, there were so many people. Even on Arjuna's side, this is one of the reasons why Arjuna won. That, you know, when you go to the border, Jammu Kashmir or in Kargil, you know, the terrorist comes and attack. But there are Javans. We are happily living here because our border has been protected by the great Javans of our country. No, they are ready to give their life for the country, for us, right? For the citizens. Same way, so many people came on the side of Arjuna. They were ready to give their life for Arjuna. So Tyakta Jivita, that was one of the reasons. It was Mokshata Ekadashi. 14th is coming. 14th is Ekadashi, Gita Jayanti day. I'll speak more on Ekadashi on that day. Ekadashi is a special day for Lord, and devotees fast on that day and chant the Lord's holy name. And that's a special day because the Lord gives special mercy on that day, whoever does upavas. So Arjuna is obviously a devotee, and all the Pandavas were taking Ekadashi fasting. And that Tithi was Ekadashi on which the battle of Mahabharat was starting. Bhagya Lakshmi, wherever there's Narayan, Lakshmi Devi follows. Wherever the husband goes, the wife follows. So when Krishna was there, Bhagya Lakshmi obviously followed. So there was fortune. These are the 8 reasons, but these are not the main reason. The main reason was, can someone guess? I didn't put it yet. What is the main reason why they won? Krishna. Your name is Krishna?
Yes. It's the presence of Krishna himself.
That's why I unmuted you. You have a very nice name, the best name in the whole universe. Okay, so Krishna, yes, he was there because that's why he won. Rishikesha. Krishna have many names. One of the name is Rishikesha. Rishikesha means master of senses. Because he was controlling Arjuna's sense, he's called Rishikesha. This was the main reason. Because the Bhagavad Gita ends by saying, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Vijayor Budhir, Trubani Tirma Tirmama. Wherever there's Krishna, there's all victory. So if you want success in life, we should have the Lord in our heart, in us, right? You should have the Lord with us. And how can the Lord be there in Kali Yuga? He has come in the holy scriptures to us. He has come in his holy name to us, Kalikale Namarupe Krishna Avatar. And also he has come in the form of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, so that we take advantage of these books and start reading. Okay, so there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, 700 slokas. The first 6 chapters speaks about Karma Yoga. The middle 6 chapters speaks about Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6 chapters is Jnana Yoga. There is a sandwich. Okay, what is the essence of the sandwich? Is it the bread? No, the stuffing inside. That's the essence. Same way, the essence of Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti Yoga. It's very special. We'll see why. And these are the 5 subject matters which we will be covering in the next chapters. That we'll know who God is, who is a living entity, Jiva, what is material nature, what is time or Kala, and what is Karma. What are the different types of Karma? So what is the takeaway message from this chapter? We should not worry and have faith in God. If reversals come, Arjuna is lamenting. Arjuna is crying in the first chapter. But then that means there is a difficulty for Arjuna. But he went and surrendered to Lord. Same way, if we surrender to the Lord, everything is going to be taken care. Because the Lord will control the life of a devotee. So you should become, we should have faith in the Lord and just have patience. And when reversals comes in life, negatives comes in life, we should not be shivering and getting tensed, but instead we should fight against it. So there we end with the first chapter. So from tomorrow, please don't miss the class. Do come, because tomorrow is a very important chapter. Krishna starts speaking, and Arjuna's 5 reasons, the lamenting reasons, are shattered by Krishna, and he gives a lot of self-confidence. And the greatest fear in human life is death. And tomorrow's chapter, Krishna breaks it. Krishna makes you fearless of death, because he speaks about something great in the second chapter. Okay, so